Welcome to Randy's Old Time Radio Shows. Today, Lest We Forget was a short-run old-time radio documentary drama series that aired in the immediate post-World War II era. Produced in 1946, the series was designed as a memorial and reflection on the war effort, aiming to preserve the stories, sacrifices, and lessons of World War II for the American public. So let's take a look back at what America thought of World War II.
Stories to remember. Stories of people, stories of human dignity and decency, told by some of America's outstanding storytellers. Today we present Betty Gard in Bonus Notches, Pal, by Dorothy Walworth.
Wish you were too. How's up y'all a postcard? Ain't you worry nothing about me. Ain't clear my going up. Sure will, George. I'm going into town.
It was at that moment of departure that I saw them for the first time. He was a sturdy old man, wrinkled as a walnut, wearing a new topcoat. His wife was a tiny raisin of a woman, her veil tangled in her spectacles. Few people had braved the freezing New York weather to see the boat off, yet he and his wife had been surrounded by a chattering, laughing crowd of shabby men with red faces and women whose clothes showed signs of long wear.
Come now, Mother. Ain't you proud? Now, ain't you?
I sure am, Ed. I sure am.
Oh, gosh, I wish all our friends could be lucky like us.
Ours was not a cruise boat. It carried freight and about 40 passengers, North and South Americans, to Panama, Ecuador, and Peru. Most of them were traveling on business, and they had a tired, wary look, which meant that they were not going to get involved in shipboard friendships. Ed and Marge just didn't seem to belong.
Bonus notches, ma'am.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, you're an American.
Why do I look Spanish?
Oh, no, ma'am, but there's so many South Americans on board that naturally I play safe and speak Spanish. Bonus notches. That means good evening, ma'am. Bonus notches. Bonus notches. Bonus notches. Bonus notches.
It was really laughable. My husband and I had been so careful to say Buenas noches correctly to the South Americans aboard, and always in a guarded fashion so as not to impose. But here was this Ed person walking up and down the deck, booming out bonus notches to anyone and everyone, night or day. Naturally, by the end of the first day, everyone had tagged him Mr. Bonus Notches. The next morning, as my husband and I stepped out upon the deck, the air had turned warmer, and the sea was smooth with wide white ruffles. We saw Bonus Notches talking to a seaman with a mop and pail. As we passed him, he thumped my husband on the back with a fist like a pine knot.
Top of the morning and bonus notches.
Good morning.
Say, I hope I didn't shake you up too much. Don't know my own strength sometimes. Say, just look at that there sun.
Yes, it's quite a sight. Comes up every morning.
I got up early so I wouldn't miss this one. My first sun up at sea. Mother and me never been on a boat before. Matter of fact, we ain't been anywhere but New Jersey. Where you folks from?
New York City.
New York, eh? Great city to visit, but...
I know, but you wouldn't live in it if we gave it to you. Louis, are we going?
One moment, dear.
Did you see our friends on the dock? They're from New Jersey. Every last one of them. They all got little farms in South Jersey, just like us. Mother and me, I mean. I-C roads and all. They come most 100 miles to see us off.
Is that right? That's really neighborly, isn't it?
Sure is. Have you ever been to the Waldorf Astoria, ma'am?
Why, yes, of course.
Well, we lived there. Mother and I, for a whole week. We put up at that Waldorf Astoria hotel. What with the fuss and feathers, Mother's real tired. But she wouldn't want to miss that there sun. I'll fetch her. Sorry to take up so much of your time, ma'am. Bonus notches, pal. Bonus notches.
Bonus notches. He doesn't even know that buenas noches means good evening and not good morning.
And now aren't you being a little unkind, dear?
Unkind? No, I don't think so. We try every way we can to show South Americans that we're not a nation of roughnecks. And here is this creature running around the boat bragging about a suite at the Waldorf. He's just a typical vulgar tourist who makes a wreck out of our good neighbor policy.
Oh, now, really, dear, it's not that...
It is that bad. I'm going to make it my business to tell every Latin American on board, please not to judge our country by a man like that.
You'll do nothing of the sort. Why shouldn't we be judged by bonus notches? You'll find men like him all over America, thank God. He has all the virtues that built our country, including the old American trait of being free of pretense.
I didn't argue. My husband sometimes has some strange ideas about everybody getting along together. Oh, don't misunderstand. I like Americans, but that doesn't mean that I have to associate with those who are loud and uncouth. Well, at 11 o'clock, the steward brought us our bouillon on deck, and of course, bonus notches and his wife joined us, but he didn't take a cup. Instead, he stood with his fists thrust deep into his pockets, watching us. When he spoke, I was a little taken aback at his earnestness.
Listen, pals. There's something I gotta get off my chest. I don't want to be going around with you good folks thinking I'm somebody I ain't. To put it all in a nutshell, Mother and me could never have afforded this trip, not in a million years. It's our boy who gave it to us.
Now, Ed, please.
Never mind, Mother. I don't want folks thinking we're snobs. Mother and me had two boys. We put the oldest one, Tom, through college because I've always admired an education. The youngest never got a chance to go. He was killed at Iwo Jima. Of course, Tom really ain't a boy. He's a man, turning 35. For 10 years, he's been down in Peru with an oil company, way up in them Andes Mountains. We ain't seen him in all this while. Then, just the other day, he sent us a surprise. Steamship tickets, reservations at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and money for new clothes. This here top coat. And a letter saying, I got to travel by train and by plane, but I'll be at the dock at Callao to meet you.
What a perfectly wonderful story.
He must be a very fine boy.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you so you wouldn't think Mother and me was big shots.
I looked at the people around us. The South Americans who understood English told their companions what he had said, and everyone became his friend. It was as though, hearing his story, all of us, citizens of a dozen countries on 2 continents, had been united into one country, the nation of fathers and mothers. We held a single creed, our children. We shared a common destiny, to love and hope we were loved in return, and never in our heart of hearts be quite sure. I felt a little ashamed of the way I'd treated him. Well, we've missed you. Where have you been the last few days? Not sick, I hope.
Oh, no, ma'am. Mother's been down in the cabin writing letters.
Really, have you? You know, I haven't written even a single postcard.
Well, we've got just dozens of friends who wanted to know what it's like being on the ocean. I just have to tell them.
Friends have always meant a lot to Mother, ma'am. I'm going off down the deck for a minute. I want to talk to that sailor. See you in a minute. Buenas noches, pal. Buenas noches, senor. Buenas noches.
Ed told you about Tom, but I reckon he didn't tell you why Tom feels so special about his dad, did he?
Why, no, he didn't.
Well, when Tom was ready for college, our farm was doing poorly. Some folks said he should stay home and help his father. But Ed always fancied schooling. So we sent Tom to the university, and Ed hired out nights as a carpenter.
Oh, I see.
Tom always wrote after he got the job in Peru that one day he'd bring us down there like a king and queen. I didn't think I'd live to see the day. This is all I could dream. The hotel, this trip, me and Tom, everything. Dad and me ain't real old, but we figure this is the last time we'll see Tom.
Oh, but why? Perhaps you can all live in Peru together.
That's what Tom said. But he's a grown man now, and there's just one thing we can do for him. Leave him free. So we'll visit him a couple of months and then go back to the farm.
Buenas noches, Signora. Buenas noches, you all. Hey, you know what that sailor told me? We'll be in the Caribbean by tomorrow. I sure want to see those West Indies. We're getting on, Mother.
We told Bonus Notches the names of the islands as we passed them. When we pointed out San Salvador, where Columbus first landed, he said,
That guy certainly deserves a lot of credit.
and then he earnestly shook the hands of every Spaniard aboard and boomed,
Congratulations, pal.
When we steamed through the Panama Canal, Bonus Notches stood at the rail all day, even going without his lunch, so as not to miss a thing. Then he said,
My, what a pile of planning it must have took to dig this thing and make it come out even with no water left over. Certainly got a great country in the United States.
Since he had congratulated the Spaniards on Columbus, they now repaid the compliment by congratulating him on the canal. He accepted with dignity and a simple,
Thanks, pal.
As we steamed down toward Peru, somehow, because of Bonus Notches, everyone was getting along famously. Even people who didn't speak each other's languages were exchanging smiles and broken phrases. It was as though all of us suddenly knew that it was good for human beings to become involved with their fellow men. As though under that blue cup of tropical sky, we shared Bonus Notches' faith in man and in the future. The world might grow better, we felt, and men truly become brothers.
We'll be docking at Callao tomorrow night, dear.
I know, and I've been worrying a little about it. There must be a catch somewhere, some hidden catch.
Bonus Notches, you mean?
Somehow it's almost too good to be true, this simple old-fashioned story of a son who remembers his father and his mother, not counting the cost, but lavishly, in full measure, running over.
I wonder if you're right.
I don't want to be right, but just suppose their son doesn't show up to meet the boat. What will they do? And if he does show up, will he really be the fine, upstanding young man we all imagine him to be? I think all of us shared the same fear as the boat moved silently toward the dimly lit dock at Callao. Bonus Notches was very quiet. His wife's veil was once more tangled with her spectacles as she peered apprehensively into the gloom of the Peruvian night. She shivered.
Ed,
Old, Mother?
I don't see Tom.
He'll be here, Mother. Didn't he say he would be?
I don't see Tom.
Don't you worry, Mother. It's just that it's so dark.
The gangplank was lowered. Bonus Notches leaned far out over the rail, his eyes searching the darkness. He raised his arm awkwardly, ready to wave. No one was there. His arm lowered as if he were embarrassed. None of us seemed to breathe. Through the mist and the gloom we saw, or did we see, only pale ovals of faces suspended in the fog of the dock. And then, out of the gloom...
Dad! Mother! Did you hear anything, Mother? Dad! Mother! Yes. Yes, Mother. Don! Don!
And there was Tom, slender, straight, handsome, even better than we had imagined. He strode up the gangplank and clasped his father and mother in his arms. Bonus Notches did not forget his friends. He brought Tom around and introduced him to each one of us separately. And then all of us, travelers from a dozen countries on 2 continents, went our separate ways in the darkness of the shore. The words Bonus Notches for us had taken on a new meaning. Good evening, neighbor. Whatever your ways, your country, your color, your religion, we are brothers.
Betty Gard was the star in today's story, Bonus Notches, Pal, by Dorothy Walworth, which appeared in Reader's Digest. The script was written by Harold Franklin, directed by Earl McGill. Stories to Remember is a Lest We Forget presentation of the Institute for Democratic Education. It is offered as a reminder of this nation's promise of equal opportunity for all, regardless of color, creed, or national origin.
Well, folks, that's all for this episode here on Randy's Old Time Radio Shows. Now, bringing these golden oldies back to life takes no small amount of time and effort from our good friend Randy, cleaning up the audio, converting the files, and making sure each show has the best audio possible. If you've enjoyed the program and you'd like to help keep these classics on the airwaves night after night, why not consider a small donation? Every penny goes straight to supporting Randy's work and helping this channel stay on the air. You'll find the links down in the description below. And for those of you kind souls who've already given, Randy tips his fedora to you. Your support truly keeps this old radio spirit alive. Thanks ever so much. And until next time, keep those dials tuned and keep the memories rolling.